back, and of course, our guest is standing by. We're talking about regulating the nursing practice in Nigeria. We're well aware of one or two stories that have emanated within this country in the past month or two, which we've had to talk about the nursing profession, and we've heard about auxiliary nurses and all that. So I'd like to introduce our guest this morning. He's a nurse, but if I tell you he's a nurse, I'll be uncharitable to him because he's not just an ordinary nurse. Salami Raufu Oyinlade is a registered nurse. He's a chairman association of general private practicing or nursing practice rather, Lagos Island Zone. Chairman association of general private nursing practice, Lagos Island Zone. He's a vice chairman, Family Planning Providers Network, Lagos State Chapter. He's also a member of the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives. And of course, he has a Bachelor of Nursing Science, which is quite amazing. I'd like to say a very good morning to Salami Raufu rather, Oyinlade. Ms. Oyinlade, good morning. Thank you very much for your time.
Good morning, my brother.
All right.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. When we used to hear nurses those days, even to today, some people feel, well, you just go and you just be a nurse. But your CV and your profile is quite, it's loaded.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. You say you're a registered nurse. Why did you have to point out registered nurse? Do we have unregistered nurses?
Well, a nurse is a nurse, and a nurse is someone who have all the prerequisites that meet up with the requirement in going to the institution where nurses are trained. We have colleges of nursing, and able to pass the necessary exams and certified, given license to practice as a nurse.
All right.
So that is it, sir.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. For those who are listening, your thoughts are welcome. Your contributions welcome as well. The number to call is 0700 993 993 993. I will take your calls on that number, 0700 993 993 993. You can also call alternative. Our female listeners can call our alternative line. I almost said auxiliary line. 01465 7190. 01465 I'm looking out for your WhatsApp messages on our WhatsApp number. Our WhatsApp number is 08095 975805. 08095975805. It's the WhatsApp number. Very, very glad to hear from you. We're streaming live on YouTube, Central Nigeria Info FM. We're also streaming live on Facebook, Central Nigeria Info 99.3 on Nigeria Space Info space 99.3. We'll be very, very glad to hear from you. Also on Twitter, we're at Nigeria Info FM. All right. We're very glad to hear from you on Instagram, Nigeria Info FM Lagos. Nursing care in Nigeria, the need for effective regulation is what we are talking about. Of course, today we've been hearing about the importance of nursing and some of the issues, allegations and counter allegations around the roles of auxiliary nurses in particular. And legal experts, including nursing and medical professionals, are insisting that auxiliary nurses have no place within Nigeria's healthcare system. What is an auxiliary nurse?
A nurse, just as I said, is someone who is able to meet up the prerequisites, to meet up with the academic training of a nurse in any nursing institution, colleges of nursing, schools of nursing, and is certified and given license to practice as a nurse anywhere in the world.
Okay. So, but you've not answered my question. I don't know if I heard you well.
Okay, what was that?
I asked you, sir, to tell us what an auxiliary nurse is. An auxiliary nurse.
Oh, there's nothing like auxiliary nursing. A nurse is a nurse. So there's nothing like auxiliary nursing. It's not in dictionary.
Okay. We've heard of the cases of two Nigerians, Ileri Oluwa Loba, known as Mobad. The case is still in court, so we're not passing judgment. Okay? But the police have come out with some facts, according to them. They called a press conference. That's how much they believe in their facts. And they're going to present these facts before a court. That an auxiliary nurse is alleged to have, they are alleging that an auxiliary nurse administered some injections on him, all right, on Mobad. We had the use of auxiliary nurse there. Though this nurse has been disowned by the National Association of Nurses and Midwives, Lagos State Council. But so when we hear auxiliary nurse, because that word was used, what does that mean in the context of this story of Mobad?
Well, I think if a nurse is identified, just as I said, it is someone who has been licensed to practice as a nurse. Outside that, it is a quack. So I don't think there's anything like an auxiliary nurse. The problem we have in our society is just that is so bastardized that some people, groups of them, people, hospitals, and then nursing home and all that are training illegally people who are called probably auxiliary nurse, but then they are quacks and not nurses.
Okay, so you're saying what, that they are trained by the hospital or what?
There are some hospitals that does that, but it is illegal. It's not allowed.
Okay, what exactly do they do? Do they train the nurses they have? Please, just expand on that a bit for us.
They train some group of people and tag them as auxiliary nurses. But professionally, there's nothing like auxiliary nurse. A nurse is a nurse.
So these people are not nurses. What are they?
Well, probably they can name them another thing, probably assistants or probably aides in the hospital, and they are found anywhere in the world, but not auxiliary nurses.
Okay. If you're listening this morning, you want to call in and ask guests any question, please feel free to do so. 0700 993 993. Sir, stay with me while we give our listeners a chance to chip in on this conversation. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, welcome. Who do we have on the line, please?
My name is Zinka. I am calling from Ipaja.
Okay, I guess he's not the spokesman for any group, but he's a member of the nurses groups, okay, and a qualified nurse. He's a chairman of the Private Nursing Practice Association. So you can talk to him. If you have any question, feel free to talk to him.
Yes, I have been listening to guests this morning, and I want to thank him for showing up.
Yes.
But where I have some problem is that in Nigeria, we already know that the nurses we have, they are not enough to cater for the healthcare needs of Nigerians.
Okay.
So, as nursing council, what are they doing to bring in these people? He has been trying to prove a point that these people are illegal. But you see, when you have a healthcare system that is overstretched, can they bring these people in and train them as auxiliary or assistant nursing? What are they doing to regulate these people?
Right.
Because hospitals are the ones training them, and they cannot say they don't know them, or he cannot say he's not aware that they are in existence.
Okay.
So what can they certify some hospitals to train these people? Can they bring them under their regulation so that their practice can be limited and certified? So we cannot run away from the fact that they are very important in the society.
All right. Okay.
Just like Pharmacy Council, I read on the article in Gazette where non-pharmacists are now approved to carry as a state representative.
Okay.
So something like that, they don't need to be a full nurse, but you need to find a way of regulating them.
All right, thank you.
Thank
you very much. I appreciate your time. Let's go back. Sir, you heard him. What's your response to that, Mr. Salami?
Yeah, the Nursing Council has tried to buffer the gap because there is a group of nurses that are trained called community nurses.
Okay.
And they are certified by the Nursing Council of Nigeria to practice nursing with limitation to what they can do in the community. I think about 2-3 years ago, the program started. I can't really remember the time. But then the Nursing Council has started doing that. But anyone who is trained without being licensed by the Nursing and Military Council of Nigeria is a quack and not a nurse.
Hmm. But you heard the last caller say that we don't have enough nurses in the country, and that these nurses who are trained in house by different health centers or doctor clinics or whatever, and that they play an important role. So we shouldn't discard them. We shouldn't throw them away. Give them a place.
That is one of the reasons why the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria put down that program for community nursing, and then several so-called auxiliary nurses have taken it as an opportunity to become qualified and licensed by the government. So it's an open door for every Nigerian who intends to be a nurse, who cannot meet up with going for colleges of nursing, to key into training as community nurses.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Oyinlade. Please stay with me. We have another listener on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kofi.
Yes, please turn off the radio set where you are.
Oh, it's off.
Okay.
I'm not using it. It's off.
I can hear myself. Oh.
It's off. I'm not using it. It is off.
Okay, go on.
Yes, I just joined in now. I want to ask your guests there, because we have so many nurses now in the society. Here in my area, parading themselves, they go to pharmacy, they prescribe drugs, give injection and all that. I want to ask, can someone learn nursing in few weeks, or do I need to go to college of education, or must go to university? Thank you very much.
Okay. Your educational qualification, Mr. Oyinlade, he's asking for.
Thank you, my dear brother. I've said it before that as a nurse, you need to go to school. These so-called trained nurses in hospitals, either weeks or years, even if they are trained for 10 years, do not make them a nurse. They are quacks. So that is it.
Okay. All right. So, what school are we looking at? What is it? As a nursing training college? You have a degree in nursing. Must every nurse have a degree?
Oh, well, majority of nurses in Nigeria today has a degree.
Okay.
But then the system has changed. In those days, it were coming out with registered nursing and registered nurse as a qualification. But now it has been upgraded, and now you can obtain your BNSC. You go to the university, you go to, JAMB, you seek admission into university, and graduate as a BNSC holder, a degree holder.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Let's pick another call. 99.3, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Sheriff. Good morning.
Yeah, welcome. Sheriff will be in by 9. My name is Kofi Bartels.
Yeah,
sorry.
My name is Ngozi.
Ngozi, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Sheriff. I've been listening to your guest in the house. For me, honestly, he's right when he uses the word they are quack. But when you look at it the other side, even as I'm speaking to you, I work in the medical sector.
Okay.
You will still see quite a huge number of these people being trained by hospitals. When I say hospitals, some of them registered hospitals, big hospitals. I don't want to mention names. When you go to these hospitals, these people are dressed up like nurses. And most hospitals even hire them more than the so-called qualified nurses. So I think there is a very serious problem in our society when it comes to health. Go to the rural communities. You see these people administering drugs that they don't have any rights to patients, and nobody monitors these things. A lot of people have died in their hands, but probably because of poverty, these things are not brought to the notice of government. So I don't know what Nigeria is doing. I don't know what we want to do. Just like somebody mentioned earlier, talking about the pharmacy council, stopping other people carrying drugs. What people need to understand in Nigeria, sometimes these so-called associations bastardize a whole lot of things. When you talk of drugs, only pharmacies don't have access to drugs. That's why you go to NAFDAC. You have different fields there. You have the biological sciences that also have an input in the manufacturing of these things.
Okay, thank you.
The basic thing is in knowledge. That's what I feel. And the qualifications.
Madam, before you go, these hospitals you say you're aware they bring in some of these so-called auxiliary nurses, I guess it says they're quacks. Where do they get them from?
I don't know where they get them from. That's just the thing. But I'm telling you, I work in the medical sector, Sheriff. You will see them in big hospitals. As I'm talking to you, many of them are still there. And they tag them the name auxiliary nurses. So when you mention they are quack, that I begin to wonder, If these hospitals are using them, then why calling them quacks?
All right.
So it's a mess in the whole system.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Mr. Oyinlade, I'll come back to you, please. We have a listener on our WhatsApp line. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Kofi. This is Oye calling from the UK.
Okay, Oye in Kent, I believe. Oye, go on.
Yes. See, the main problem these qualified nurses in Nigeria have is the denial of the role of auxiliary nurses in the role of medical practice. If your guests actually relocate abroad, you would work with auxiliary nurses within the hospital settings. So their denial of auxiliary nurses and calling them quack is absolutely deplorable. And that's why we have this problem in Nigeria, where they will not accept the role of auxiliary nurses and regulate them and give them roles to play and standardize roles to practice.
Okay.
If you japa, like all the nurses are doing, you'll be working with auxiliary nurses within the American system or within the UK system. So he can't come out and say they are quacks. That's absolutely wrong.
Mr. Oyinlade, are you
The
there?
Nigerian system is
I'm here, but I barely hear what he's saying.
Okay, he said that you're wrong to say that auxiliary nurses are quacks. That you're wrong. That even in the UK they have auxiliary nurses there. What do you say to him? Oh, yeah, he's in UK right
Well,
now.
a nurse, just as I said, is licensed by the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. If they are licensed by the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, I have no cause to call them quacks. But if they do not have the license issued by the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, then quacks.
Oh, yeah.
sir.
Yeah, you heard
So
it.
the problem is the problem is in Nigeria. The Nigerian system needs to find a way to accommodate them and regulate them within the spectrum and give them roles and job descriptions. And that's the problem. When you don't create room for things to thrive, you find illegalities
All
within
right.
the system.
Oh, yeah, thank
So
you.
the
Thank
problem is in the Nigerian health sector. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Red. Mr. Oyinlade, please stay with me. We'll take a quick commercial break. When I come back, I'll ask you more questions before we say goodbye.
All right, sir.
The award-winning educational consultants, Mark Brooks Education, in association with the UK's Department for Business and Trade, are in Lagos with principals and leaders from 22 top schools in the UK for the UK Boarding School Week, happening this Saturday, the 14th of October 2023. Time 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's free. There will be a family forum on Sunday dubbed From Lagos to London to tackle immigration and visa issues for prospective students. We invite parents interested in UK boarding education for their children between the ages 11 to 18 to come and meet the team at the Wheatbaker Hotel, Ikoyi, this Saturday from 11 a.m. To register your attendance, please visit www.markbrookseducation.com.
This is an infomercial.
Field Investment Group Limited. With 2 decades of expertise and commitment to excellence, we are the name you can trust. From investment and loans to financial and asset management to oil and gas, microfinancing, or project management, we've got the expertise to guide you. Visit us at 31 Karimu Ikotu off Sanusi, Fafuwan Street, Victoria Island, Lagos. Check out our website at capitalfield.com or call us at +234 1454 7432. You can also send us an email at connect@capitalfield.com or on socials at Capital Field Group. Capital Field Investment Group Limited. You are in games.
I got stretch marks in my teens, so of course, when I became pregnant, I wanted to avoid them. I'd hear about bio oil all the time. It was his choice.
Bio oil helps improve appearance of scars, stretch marks, and uneven skin tone. Bio oil is available in leading pharmacies and shops and is available online on Jumia. To identify genuine bio oil products, look out for the Sproxil, scratch, and text pin, and be instantly rewarded with airtime. Bio oil skincare oil is clinically proven as safe for its intended use by adults, including pregnant women. In the unlikely event of skin irritation, please discontinue use.
This September, Africa Magic is bringing our African stories to life on all 3 language channels with an exciting new lineup of indigenous shows. They say money is the root of all evil, but for the tenants of the Oyinlade compound, it is the solution to their problems. Find out if they're right in the new Yoruba drama series, Aho, starting September 18th and showing Mondays and days at 6:30 p.m. on Africa Magic Yoruba. Watch a young couple's life take a dramatic turn with an act as simple as opening a door in the new Hausa drama series, Kariya, starting September 22nd and showing Fridays and weekends at 8 p.m. on Africa Magic Hausa. Watch after kindness is repaid with evil. Follow the surprising turn of events in Iwe, starting September 25th and showing weekdays at 7 p.m. on Africa Magic Igbo. Stay connected to your DSTV to enjoy original Africa Magic indigenous shows loaded with drama.
Ninja, are you ready? Street Foods Ninja is back. We are the best and most experienced street food entrepreneur, worthy of being the next king of street foods. A 10 million naira cash grand prize, including culinary, school scholarships, electronics, and lots more. If this is you, get ready for the most exciting battle of street food. Your business and business will come the grant to kick off street food in area. Entries are open to Friday, 13th October 2023. Street Foods Niger is brought to you by Food Bay TV, refreshed by Peak Yogurt, sponsored FCMB, LG, Calypso, Devon Kings,
Golden Penny Foods,
supported by HBS, Prism Diagnostics, and Indulge Rentals.
Meet the partners.
Nigeria Info.
Get in on the action. Benno, your exciting destination for thrilling sports betting. Enjoy an award-winning experience with amazing betting options, cash out, and missions, as well as the features. Join now and get a welcome bonus of up to 100,000 naira. Hello.ng. The game starts now.
Panasonic air conditioner.
Your family's health is top priority with Panasonic's latest range of U-Series air conditioners that is equipped with Nanoway X technology. You can now protect your family's health by enhancing your home's indoor air quality. Not only that, Panasonic's latest air conditioners use eco-friendly R32 refrigerant, so now your family's health as well as our environment can stay protected. Panasonic is available at all Panaserve showrooms and all leading electronic stores in Nigeria. Panaserve showrooms are located at Lekki, Victoria Island, Ikeja, Enugu, Kano, Port Harcourt, and Abuja. Panasonic air conditioners, quality air for life.
He don't trading himself. James, hello.
Susan, I beg. Say they whining me.
For where? You who no longer depend only on your salary.
So you people trade and don't carry us along in this office, Abby? Jerry, now you they talk like this. Who doesn't want an extra stream of income? But I'm still looking for better trading conditions, I beg. Fast execution of my trades and possibly an account where swap no go carry all my profits where I know no.
Guy, HFM.com.
For me, I wouldn't mind better spreads at all, and it won't be a bad idea to be able to make withdrawals in a flash.
All we use transparency and great customer service.
Guys, I said HFM.com.
Which one is HFM.com again?
Switch to HFM today to enjoy ultra-fast execution, 1 to 2,000 leverage, tight spreads, free, and more.
Guy, show us the way now.
Wait, are you sure deposits and withdrawals are sharp?
I said
HFM.com.
Visit www.hfm.com. HFM, online trading at its finest.
This September, Africa Magic is bringing our African stories to life on all 3 language channels with an exciting new lineup of indigenous
again? As I bet on top this market, come the lie say I no see any.
Nkechi, bring the Ajinomoto sachet on that table. Waiting again. If I dey have my special season. Waiting again. If I no use Ajinomoto cook for my family, Ajinomoto wey be say na sugar cane dem take make am to give my food that totori deliciousness.
Did you know Ajinomoto is made from sugarcane? Ajinomoto goes through the fermentation process like Iru, Ogipwe, and that makes vegetables like toast, cheese, breast milk, and Ajinomoto.
So waiting again. If you no use Ajinomoto cook.
Ajinomoto, made from sugarcane.
When you're on 9 Mobile, Nigeria's own network, you get rewarded for asking for more. So whenever you need more data to stream your favorite movies and music, or to play the latest blockbuster games, 9 Mobile has got you covered with 8 gigabytes for 1,500 naira, 9.5 gigabytes for 2,000 naira. Many want to 9 now or squeeze one hash. You choose a reliable and affordable plans to work freely on Nigeria's confound net. 9 Mobile, here for you, here for Nigeria.
How na day? How na don tire for bank
is an opportunity for you. An American company in Lekki is recruiting in a managerial position. Kindly send your resume and application letter to jobs.kyabalir@gmail.com or call 0815-705-0505 or 0906-282-0052 to book an interview.
Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, welcome back as the home stretch of the morning crossfire. We still have a guest with us this morning, and of course, taking your contributions and thoughts on the subject matter. A major conversation this morning on the morning crossfire with Kofi Bartels. Nursing care in Nigeria, the need for effective regulation, and some stories we've had to go with, very sad ones for that matter, in recent past in Nigeria. So, what has led us to this point? We have the Mobad incident where police have alleged that an auxiliary nurse was called in to administer some injections to the late Mobad. And of course, that's Ilario Lua Aloba, otherwise known as Mobad. The case is under investigation still. The police investigation has revealed, put it out via press conference, that an auxiliary nurse was alleged to have administered injections to him. We also have another situation. The case of the boy with the missing intestines in the hospital of one Dr. Bayewu Abayomi Bayewu of Obitox Hospital. He later admitted to the Lagos State House Assembly that or the Lagos State House Assembly in a statement said, that or noted that Dr. Bayewu admitted to taking out 3 parts of Master Akibright's during the surgery. And he agreed, this is what the Lagos State House Assembly said, agreed that the parts were mistakenly discarded. Okay? The parts mistakenly discarded instead of free study. Now, those they said that the hospital used auxiliary nurses during surgery. And so, as he's a registered nurse, he is a chairman of the Association of General Private Nursing Practice of Nigeria, Lagos and Zone. He's a vice chairman, Family Planning Providers Network of Nigeria, Lagos chapter. Also a member of the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives. He has a Bachelor of Nursing Science. Salami Raufu Oyinlade is with us. Ms. Oyinlade, I want your reaction to these 2 stories. The Mobad story, where auxiliary is alleged to have given him injections that may have led to his death. And then the Obitox Hospital story, where auxiliary nurses were the ones used in the surgery of that boy, Akin Bright, and that they discarded the organs. Sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Oh my. Okay. Let's pick a call out. My guest back on the line. Good morning.
Hi, Kofi.
Good morning. Welcome. Who do we have on the line, please?
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Kofi, is very sad that in every sector of our life, racketeering going on. Even in the health sector, I'm shocked when somebody's even calling that they should allow the auxiliary or give them. I don't know. What kind of talk is that? Was that an approval for hospital to be training girls as nurses for that scheme? Was that an approval? I expect him to be speaking like that. Anyway, all the time I've gotten to talk to people, I always hear one nurse will come out, I always tell them, look, if you bring nurse to your house, I'm sorry for you. Go to the hospital, they will check your temperature, start from the beginning before they administer treatment to you. I always tell people, and it's very sad that racketeering in the medical sector is very, very sad. Right. And look at you, I'm telling me that I'm hearing from you that even that small boy that he was auxiliary nurse again. So what are we saying?
According to Lagos State Assembly.
Kofi, please extend this talk. Bring the authorities to this.
We will. Thank you so much. Let's try and get back to our guests. I'm so sorry I had to quickly hurry because we don't have time. And this is a very important topic. So I want to get our guest back on the line just to say a final word before he goes. Hello, sir. Are you there? Hello, Mr. Oyinlade. Yes, sorry about that, sir. Sorry about that. Please, quickly, your thoughts on the Mobad incident where the police are, what happened. And then the Obitox incident where Masaki, where his intestines were missing, where the hospital used only auxiliary nurses in the surgery where the boy's intestines were missing, according to the House of Assembly. Your thoughts on those 2 incidents, please.
Well, in Lagos State, sir, and it's shadowed with the responsibility of registering facilities that will pay for the Lagosians and beyond. And this is HEFAMA. And in the constitution of the HEFAMA, it is not allowed that any private facility trains anyone that is called nurse. So it is not allowed. It is quackery. And the HEFAMA have been taking time to deal with facilities that are doing such. So it's not allowed. It is quackery. And this is what is bastardizing the nursing profession.
Okay. All right. What's the way forward? Very quickly, because some of our listeners are saying you need auxiliary nurses. These are people, and I've done my research to see that auxiliary nurses actually exist. Even though you say they're, you are not wrong. You are right, because you say Nigerian law says if you're not trained, you're not registered by the council, relevant regulatory agencies, you are not a nurse. So, but we hear that auxiliary nurses are those who help patients with their basic daily care. What do we need to do to make sure that people don't die as a result of patronizing them, but that they're still available to do the basic daily care? Sir, shortly.
It is high time that the authority come on board to institutionalize the training much more than what we are seeing, that the Nursing and Midwifery Council will probably extend. And I believe they have done so. It is an opportunity for the populace to come around and key into community nursing. If you cannot meet up with going for nursing in the colleges.
Well, if you are somebody who is an argumentator in this
like
city
that.
of Lagos, then you probably have been keeping your ear out for when the next I Beg to Differ championship is coming up. Well, wait no more, because Lagos, the tournament is officially back and auditions have commenced. Secondary school students from the age of 13 to 16.
We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, I'll say my goodbyes properly, and then we'll take the news at 9 before we go to the next program. So the Morning Crossfire, please stay with us.